Yes, today's turning out to be another edge-of-your-seat nail-biter as both of these teams vie to move another step closer to the 100th Grey Cup championship. And what may be the best part, the fan videos people are making in the hopes of winning free tickets for this year's Cup.
Oh! Oh man, some guys should never take their shirts off, dude. That's gross.
Hey.
Oh,
That's nice.
you know, you could do that with a football. Who are these crazy people?
I mean, I can't blame him, man. Grey Cup 100.
We should have made a video.
Yeah.
Could have totally won when you get tickets to the game. Some kind of Chris Angel, David Blaine mind reading thing.
Yeah, IAB would love that, huh?
Yeah.
I think we'll be sitting here on the couch.
Oh man, I gotta bounce.
What do you mean? Come on, it's halftime. We got half a pie left.
Hey, what can I say? Sandy's a better kisser than you are.
I imagine.
Look, we only get the same night off once a week. We're just gonna fit in a little date before my graveyard shift. That's okay, right?
Follow your bliss.
You sure?
Whatever floats your boat.
Okay, Toby.
Get some sleep.
Sweet Toby.
Weird, man. I got the cheerleaders. I'm okay.
Cheerleaders aren't real. It's all pretend.
Anyway, go. Say hello to Sandy.
One day you'll find someone. One day, Toby.
Hello, this is Franca Burrows. Happy office warming. You're more than welcome. Everything's in order, I hope? I'm afraid I won't be able to join you this evening. Something has come up. Exactly, no rest for the wicked. But listen, I really am counting on your support for the Children First benefit next week. Great. Well, listen, don't hesitate to get a hold of me if you need anything. Okay? Take care. Bye-bye.
Excuse me. Excuse me, thanks. Hey there.
All right.
Klein. Hey.
Good, I'm glad you're here.
Yeah, well, the chief of police. This must be someone important.
Yeah, well, let's just say the victims in case of emergency contact is the Minister of Justice.
Whoa.
Her name is Franca Burrows.
Burroughs is in the Opera Theater.
Yeah, and the Arts Center, the sports teams, the mobile phone empire, all founded by her husband, Kyle Burrows. Supposedly, they were the perfect couple.
Her father was a senator. Both of her parents passed away, leaving her 6 generations of very old money. She parlayed her inheritance into a successful real estate firm of her own.
A real Upper Canada aristocrat. Whoever killed her tried to make it look like a robbery gone wrong. Her purse is missing.
Yeah, but not her $600 phone or her luxury car. She was strangled with some kind of rope, not really a mugger's weapon of choice.
It wasn't easy either. Franca put up a fight. Hopefully forensics can pull the DNA.
Messy, public. The killer wasn't a pro, but he thought about this.
Our canvas puts her at a bistro down the street. Her waiter says that she and a male companion argued. She walked out.
All right, do we have a description on this guy?
Yeah, we do, but it's not a match for the husband.
Whom we're still having trouble reaching.
So how about her phone? Anything on that?
Well, it was still receiving calls and texts when we got here.
Yeah, people wondering where she was. She had plans.
We sent it to Dev to check it out. Let's find out where he's at with that. Dev, yeah, any luck raising Kyle Burrows?
His cell's off, there's no reply at home, and his office is closed. But there's nothing from him in her recent messages that I can see.
What about next of kin?
There's no living blood relatives, no kids. Franca's husband was all she had.
Any leads on this guy at the bistro?
No, but there was a pretty hostile text exchange. It was about an hour before the murder. From someone named Lucy. It was something about Franca leaving. No death threats, but I gotta say, these ladies were not in a good place.
Can you identify her, track her down?
Her geotagging's off, but I think I could trace her old school. Just give me a second.
No luck finding Burrows.
Prominent people with money and influence. Maybe someone was after them both.
Okay, I got it. Franca's BBM hater was Lucy Estevez. It was her partner in a real estate firm.
All right, break the news in confidence to her, Dev, and bring her in for a little chat. Well, he found her business partner. You don't want Burrows finding out about this on the news.
Whoa, whoa, what the hell are you doing here?
Oh, come on! I just outfoxed 6 of Toronto's finest for this. That's Franca Burrows, isn't it?
All right, look, what are you, a reporter?
Mind reader. With the police scanner in my car, Tia Tremblay, crime desk, Daily Record.
This is the part where I neither confirm nor deny, etc.
What if I have a hot tip that could blow this thing wide open for you?
What the hell is she doing in here?
Well, Mr. Klein, Tia Tremblay for the Daily Record. I'm a big fan.
Show her the way out.
So much for the freedom of the press.
The victim's husband doesn't even know she's dead yet. Back off.
But heaven forbid I miss your photo op at the perp walk.
Come on. Did you say anything to her?
No. Good. Blocks like that'll do anything to make the front page. Hey, Oz. Who do we have here? Huh. He looks exactly like Glenn Suter. Who? TSN. Oh my God, 89 Grey Cup?
Rider pride. Yeah, he got blindsided by 600 pounds of Argonaut defensive line. No broken bones, but I gave him a little something for the pain.
We get that on camera? I'd like to see a replay of that hit.
Yeah, he's made that joke a few times already.
Well, he's stable, so let's get him a CT and X-ray. Okay, coming up. Thank you. Oz.
What?
You just saved a Grey Cup champion's life.
Yeah, you know, he's got to take it one day at a time. Do it for the team. Leave it all on the field. It's gut check time.
You done?
Home run. This is a swish. Thanks, Coach.
Okay, I got it. Kyle's on the red eye. We'll be waiting for him at his house when he gets there. I'm sorry, I can't believe this is real. I should wake up from this. She'll call. It'll be a bad dream.
When was the last time that you spoke with Frank?
We were texting last night.
Right up until the murder.
I thought she was giving me the silent treatment.
What exactly were the two of you fighting about?
Nothing. It was stupid. Work.
According to your text message conversation, she said, "Leave me alone, I've had it. I'm out." And then you said, "If you screw with me on this, you're done." I mean, the rest of the conversation, it doesn't get any better.
It was about a job. We were both exhausted and losing it a bit. Look, we've been friends since kindergarten. Franca, she was a little sister I never had. No secrets, no punches pulled. I loved that about us, and so did she.
Really? Because it sounds like Frank was ready to end your partnership.
Idle threats on both sides. We were invited to bid on a waterfront development. I wanted it, and she felt it was anti-environment.
And how did the two of you usually resolve these disagreements?
A long weekend at a spa. We always work things out. My head for business and her big, sweet, bleeding heart. Oh my God, we were a great team.
She had her inheritance to fall back on. You needed this business to work.
The company was her baby. Franca was the name, she was the draw. I was just lucky to be a part of it. I had no incentive to want her dead, if that's what you're implying.
Do you know anyone who did?
Where was she?
The distillery district.
I had this feeling that she started seeing someone who lived in that area.
What, like an affair? Did you have a name?
I wouldn't. Franca was the soul of discretion.
Do you think that her husband could have known something about this?
Kyle works as hard as she does. Look, if she was cheating on him, it would have been out of loneliness. They barely saw one another. They were both so busy.
Okay. Thank you.
We're very sorry for your loss, Mr. Burroughs.
Franca was like Lady Di. People adored her. How do I make sense of this?
Well, the first thing we can do is find whoever's responsible for this.
Yes. Sorry. How can I be of help?
Did Franca have any enemies? Any business rivals? Someone who was upset by a property deal?
Not that I was aware of.
Well, how about any personal issues? Money and fame don't tend to bring out the best in people.
We were happy and healthy. In love. We had everything we wanted from life. Each other.
So there was no outside romantic interests?
What are you saying? Our marriage was very strong.
Franca was meeting someone for dinner close to where she was killed. Do you know who she was meeting?
Franca worked day and night on top of her charities. We were both so busy, I admit I don't know her schedule. I've been away.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Where were you exactly?
Newfoundland. I was in transit most of the night.
Well, we'll be in touch if we have any more information. Again, we're very sorry for your loss.
Just get the monster who did this.
That's right, we will. I mean, whoever could have done this was definitely a monster.
Are you sure you're okay? Is there someone we can call?
Thanks, but I want to be alone.
Okay. is really what happened, then...
I know what I saw.
Sergeant McCluskey, Mr. Logan.
How the hell did you get up here?
My sources tell me you were back at the Burroughs place today. Am I right? Is Kyle a suspect?
Look, the media desk is on the second floor.
The no comment office. Yeah, being there. They know less than I do.
Make sure she gets out of here.
Well, I'll be right there.
How about you, Mr. Logan? Comment? It might be worth your while.
Okay, you know what? Ambushing us is not the best way to get what you want.
You want to give me a crash course on communicating? How sweet.
This is the second time you said you had something for us. What is it? Shoot.
Quid pro quo?
You know what? If what you have is worth it, maybe.
Not exactly starting from a place of mutual trust, are we, Toby?
All right, you know what? I don't have time for these games.
Games? Hey! Whoa. How come you quit being a medic?
I didn't.
And how come whatever it is you do never gets entered into IAB's evidence against the accused in any trial?
This is never any good, okay? While you're reading our cases,
I'm doing my research. Want to comment now?
I can't tell if you're serious. Can you make sure she gets out of here, please?
Thanks anyway.
Kyle Burroughs was mid-flight from Newfoundland when Franca was killed. I got 5 statements to confirm it. Apparently, the offshore drilling boom in the North Atlantic needs wireless solutions, and he's their go-to guy.
So his alibi is clear for the whole week.
Yeah, he had back-to-back meetings. Most of his time was spent on an oil rig. He was really only alone when he slept.
I saw him do it.
Maybe he thought about it.
No.
I double-checked for anything to indicate that he could have hired someone to do it. I checked his personal accounts, his business expenses. There was nothing out of order, especially no hitman-sized money going out.
Yeah, because he did it himself.
Like you said yourself, sometimes you read people's intentions.
Yeah, not this time. It was too sharp. It was too detailed. He killed her.
What about her business partner, Lucy Estevez?
Her alibi's soft. I mean, she was at home, working, alone. She claims that her and Franca were like sisters, but I'm not sold. But she did say that she thought that Franca might have had a lover.
Maybe she just wants us looking elsewhere.
Possibly. I'm checking with her mutual friends and business contacts to see just how real that sisters act is. Oh, as for who Franca fought with at the bistro, I checked the name of the reservation and came up with this: Thomas Zabo.
Who's this? Who's Thomas Sabo?
He's a local architect. He's got some co-ventures with Franca's firm. He has no criminal record.
Okay, Dev, you keep digging on Lucy. You and I are gonna go talk to this Sabo.
Okay.
Me and Franca? Who said that?
So you two weren't involved?
Professionally. She single-handedly put my work on the map. She was my muse and patron, but not my lover.
So, you met outside of work, maybe had dinner last night.
She wanted to review the timelines of a new project, yes.
How did that go?
We argued. She walked out. I warned her this would happen. I should have stayed the hell away from her.
You know, you didn't argue about deadlines. You were arguing about your relationship. You were lovers.
We got closer during the time we worked together. Last night, I should have kept my mouth shut. I crossed the line and said something.
About money?
About Kyle. They seem to be having some problems. I was trying to be supportive. I should have walked her to a car.
But you didn't.
I went for a few drinks. I don't know when I got in or how. I know that makes me a suspect, but I would never have hurt her.
Okay. We'll be in touch.
Thank you. His grief for Franca is genuine. I don't get him killing her.
They were having an affair. If she told him she wasn't leaving her husband, he could have gone into a rage.
He wanted her to leave Kyle. And did I mention that Kyle is a killer?
Toby, what's going on with you?
All right, this reporter, she said that she has something that we could use. Maybe we should talk to her.
What did you get from her?
I didn't get anything. I can't read her.
You can't read her. You tried?
Of course. I mean, she seems sincere, so...
Toby, no, that's a hook. That's how they get you to talk. Obviously, she doesn't need one for you, though. Oh. Dev says Franca and Lucy had partnership insurance. One dies, the other gets her stake. Franca was worth $6 million.
Huh.
Sounds like motive. It's a common thing. Franca's lawyer advised us to get the insurance in case of accidents.
Right, like if one of you got murdered.
Do I need a lawyer? Because you guys are way off base here. You two are at each other's throats. I already told the other detective it wasn't like that. Maybe you wanted her share of the business so you could run it the way you wanted to. I wanted her to be happy. For once in her miserable life.
Or maybe you wanted to help her out of a bad spot. You knew she was miserable.
Even little rich girls get abused. Franca grew up as a princess, but Kyle beat that out of her.
You're saying that Kyle abused her?
She always swore he never hit her. He didn't have to. He broke her in 100 other ways.
So why didn't you say this before?
I said Franca cared about her reputation, which was linked to Kyle's.
So what, she was embarrassed, ashamed?
She made me swear that I wouldn't tell a soul that Kyle was anything but perfect. She didn't want to be pitied. She wanted a way out.
An abusive husband killing his cheating wife. Is it starting to sound like a story that you buy?
Let's wait for the DNA to get back in from the lab.
I know he did it. This is not about the DNA. This is about you guys not trusting what I do.
Toby.
So one possibly unreadable girl and I'm unreliable.
I need more than a read. I need proof.
Yeah, look, I could get in trouble for seeing you. You wanted to know why my work at IIB is never in any of the case records, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Behavioral evidence is easily dismissed in court. What's on record is the results, the hard evidence. That's what sticks. So tit for tat, what do you got on Burroughs?
A few months back, I was at this gala on a tax fraud story, and Kyle and Franca were out back after on their own. He was drunk, screaming at her. He slapped her. The cops came. She wouldn't press charges.
And there's no record of that with Metro?
I checked. Nothing. My editors wouldn't run it out of fear of Kyle, but now I know I should have pressed harder.
So that's it? That's what you got?
Yeah.
Okay.
So you're saying this incident never took place?
Absolutely. I would never hit a woman, let alone Franca.
So I have 3 separate sources told us your marriage was in trouble.
You are never here. You don't want to be in this marriage.
Listen to me. Just be here when I get back. We had an arrangement, and discretion was key. If she cried on any shoulders about it, it was news to me.
Jealous lovers could be potential suspects. We're gonna need to talk to them.
I was never with anyone for long enough for them to be jealous. As for anyone she may have been with, we never discussed names or details.
Well, it was just a lot easier to save your breath and kill her.
Sergeant, you and your partner are no longer welcome here. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have a funeral to arrange.
What the hell was that?
I saw it again. I saw him lunge at her.
Look, you can't just accuse a grieving husband of killing his wife when there's no proof and he has an airtight alibi.
He did it. I saw him do it. That's my proof.
That's not how it works, Toby. You know that.
Okay, so maybe I went at this guy too hard, too quickly, but I know he's guilty.
Burroughs has the kind of money that buys friends in high places. I'm sure he was on the phone the minute we walked out the door.
All right, so what happens next?
Now we have to make sure you walk out of this in one piece.
Toby! Michelle! My office.
What's up?
You had an unauthorized conversation with a reporter from the Daily Record today?
With Tia, yeah.
First name basis. Cozy. The paper's using the Freedom of Information Act to put us under the microscope.
I didn't say anything to her, so...
Okay, I'm just gonna give you one warning, okay? If you talk to the media again, you're off this case.
Yeah, sure.
DNA results are back.
Yeah, previous offender?
No, we can rule out the husband and Lucy Estevez.
Leaving Miss Thomas Sabo or a world of persons unknown. Great, thanks. Hey, you, how's it going?
Hey, well,
Pleasant surprise? Are you on a case?
no, unofficial, below the radar.
What's going on?
Well, something's wrong. You know, I've got this read of this husband killing his wife, but there's no way that he could have done it. And there's this girl. I've been trying to read her. Nothing.
Nothing.
Yeah.
That's new. How are you feeling?
Like I could use a self-diagnostic with someone I trust.
Thank you for your cooperation, Mr. Szabo.
How long till I'm cleared?
We have our lab standing by.
You get that I was with her that night. I mean, we hugged, kissed hello.
We're only matching samples that she could have acquired while defending herself mid-attack.
I loved her. I wanted to help her.
So she was leaving Kyle?
That was the plan. He scared her out of it. You aren't the first to read out so-called private messages.
Are you saying that Kyle hacked her phone?
Or one of his tech guys, yes. When Kyle found out about us, he flipped out. He told her that she needed to end it with me. That she needed to be home to greet him when he got back to town, or else.
Okay, we're gonna need you to stick around town until we get the results back.
If Kyle hacked her smartphone, he could track her movements. He'd know exactly where she was gonna be.
Okay, and we're absolutely sure there are no holes in his alibi.
Yeah. I dug a little deeper and ran all contracts that his corporation has entered into looking for potential bogus subcontractors. If he made a deal with somebody to kill his wife, I can't find it.
All right, your grandmother's middle name? Jeanette. Your biggest regret? Your father?
Yeah, missing his funeral. Toby, that's 20 out of 20. You're fine.
Right. So it's gotta be the girl.
Maybe, but we don't know how it works when it does. We're sure as hell not gonna figure it out when it doesn't.
I'm open to theories. Childhood illness, mental plate in her head.
You're the only one who understands it when you experience it.
What if I can't anymore? There's that read I got wrong from that guy.
Well, maybe that's something else altogether.
What do you mean?
Maybe it isn't the read itself, but your interpretation of it.
Look, it wasn't an imagining or an intention. This was a memory, a recollection.
I'm sorry, Toby. Short of tracking what's going on, detecting patterns, triggers.
Thanks.
You're okay, that's what matters.
What do you mean you can't?
I can't hear her thoughts. I can't see what's inside of her head. She just smiles and I see nothing.
Oh, so you like her?
Yeah, right up until she got Klein pissed off at me.
Well, I thought the guy who didn't kill his wife got Klein pissed off at you.
I don't know, man. I've been trying to figure this thing out my whole life. I finally do, and I got a purpose for it, and it abandons me.
Oh, I mean, for those of us who can't read people like an open book, unexpected surprises happen all the time.
Right.
Does every thought you have solve a case?
No.
But they still hired you anyway.
Look, if I can't trust myself, they can't trust me.
Well, Toby, I mean, this ability to read minds that you have is incredible, but the greatest gift is what it's already given you. And you know how to read people. You know people inside and out.
This guy, Kyle, man, he wanted his wife dead. He could feel him doing it. He enjoyed it.
So trust that. Maybe you don't know how he did it yet, but you know he did it. So stick with it. Get deeper into his head.
You in a rush? Something holding you back? Weighing you down? Maybe your conscience?
I said I'm done talking to you.
I know a lot about you, a lot more than you think.
Get out of here.
Yeah, I've seen what happens when someone turns their back on you, Kyle. I know you killed her. She was leaving you for someone else and you couldn't handle that.
Leave me alone or I will have your badge.
Yeah, let me take you back there. You snuck up on her. You concealed your weapon till you're right on top of her.
All right, that's enough.
She had her back to you. You got this surge of adrenaline. You can't wait.
You're insane. You haven't heard the end of this.
Leave it on.
What's going on?
I just received this court order denying our unit further access to Kyle Burrows.
Because we're on to him. Tia Tremblay saw Kyle physically hurt Frank. I was just following up on that.
Tia again.
Yeah,
You got this from reading her?
I can't read her.
Can't. What do you mean can't? You knew about this?
This is the first time it happened. Tia is not relevant to our investigation.
Keeping secrets and covering for one another's screw-ups absolutely is. This woman is a shark.
She's not, and she didn't get anything.
She could sink all our careers. In light of the fact that your abilities seem to be malfunctioning, not to mention your judgment, you're off this case and relieved of duty until further notice.
Was that really necessary?
Well, had to be done.
Not like that.
He's lucky I only took him off the case, not out of the whole damn unit.
Well, without Toby, there isn't a unit.
Let me assure you, we are well on our way to that being the situation anyway. Toby confronted Kyle Burrows on his own property without permission. I just spent the last hour on the phone with Superintendent Price putting out that particular fire.
Toby is sure that Burrows is responsible.
With the state of his gift right now, his opinion means nothing.
He made a mistake.
He's made multiple mistakes. Talking to the press, inaccurate reads, or worse, no reads at all. If we can't trust his ability, then he's a liability, period.
What if he's right?
You have Logan's back. I get it.
This isn't about loyalty.
Burrows' alibi is airtight. His DNA was not a match.
I'm aware of all of that, but Toby and his abilities, they've earned my trust, and I'm not going to go back on that because of one or two mistakes in this one case.
This one case? The high-profile nature of the victim, we're already under increased scrutiny. I can't have a member of this team, any member, acting outside the chain of command. If he can't play by the rules, I can't protect him.
I'll talk to him.
Later, we still have a murder to solve and we're a man short.
Hey,
You're a dangerous man to be around right now.
why's that?
Oh, Kyle's lawyers are all after Klein. He's disavowing all responsibility for your actions.
Oh, that's a mistake.
Going after someone as powerful as Kyle on your own, that is a mistake. Klein's just trying to save the team.
What do you think?
I think whatever you said must have scared the hell out of Burrows.
I thought my read was off, but it wasn't. It was just incomplete, so I went there to get more. And I did. I got a clock, I heard a steam whistle, and I got Kyle cutting a blonde woman's throat with a knife. It wasn't Franca.
So two blondes.
Uh-huh.
Do you have any idea who she was?
Don't know, but he killed her.
Yeah, they must be connected.
What's going on with the DNA?
Sabo and Lucy are cleared, but we know that Kyle found out about the affair. He threatened Franca.
But he didn't kill her. Someone else did. Whoever Kyle killed is the key to this.
Okay, we'll look into it.
Good.
Which means you won't. The only way we're gonna get you back at the IIB is by nailing Kyle by the book.
All right. Got it. Ambushes are getting a little old, aren't they?
Called your office. I know what personal leave means. I'm sorry if anything I said got you into trouble. The access of information stuff was my editor. Okay? He golfs with Kyle Burrows. He knew I was at the crime scene. He asked me who was working it. I didn't realize he was looking for an angle to come after you or your team. You have no reason to trust me, so maybe I can give you one. You like anything you hear, it's yours. We both know Kyle Burrows is behind his wife's murder. The thing is, he didn't get his hands dirty. He had someone do it for him.
Yeah, well, the evidence does not support that.
Rich people meet a lot of desperate people.
It's too risky. He chooses the wrong guy, the whole thing blows up in his face.
Or it keeps coming back to haunt him. Blackmail, extortion.
That's a tough role to cast. It requires a type of trust that Kyle cannot give.
But the world is his oyster. His personal travel itineraries. Don't ask, just listen. Kyle was in Vancouver 3 weeks ago. He was booked as the keynote speaker at a tech conference. He bailed the last 2 days of the conference.
Okay, so something came up.
The man has never missed a date with the limelight in his life. He fell off the grid for 2 days. That time could have been spent finding a hitman to kill his wife.
Buying a birthday gift. Maybe he met a woman.
Another reason to check out Vancouver. If he goes with a non-local hitman, it would make it harder to trace a connection back to him. What have you got, Logan?
I don't know. But if I get something, then I promise you'll get the exclusive. Thank you, Tia.
This isn't enough. Yeah.
Kyle killed that woman in Vancouver about 3 weeks ago near that antique steam clock in Gastown.
Toby, I told you to stay away from him.
No, this is from Tia, who did not come after us. It was her editor, who was a friend of Kyle's.
From Tia. Toby.
Look, can you just look into it? If she's pulling something, we'll both know. I can't tell on my own. Just goes along with what I've got from Kyle.
Okay, I'll have Deb look into it. Look, client's out for a few hours on some depositions.
I checked Kyle's travel itinerary against recent homicides in Vancouver. There were 4, but only one of them in Gastown that matched the hours that Kyle vanished that day.
Hey, this is the girl that Kyle killed.
Bridget Lind. Cause of death. Her throat was slit.
Bridget Lind. She's a retail buyer, married, no kids. She declared personal bankruptcy twice.
So what's the connection to Kyle?
Maybe one of his lovers?
Maybe I checked his client list and business contacts and competitors. I haven't found a connection yet.
Well, how about family connections?
Well, her husband, Stephen Lind, is a publisher. Another Toronto boy who made it big.
Try connecting Kyle and Lind, see if there's any recent contact.
Yeah, there's lots of connections here. They went to the same university, Blake. They graduated the same year. They were even in the same frat together.
They graduated 10 years ago. Check for a class reunion.
What are you thinking?
Have you ever seen this old Hitchcock film, Strangers on a Train?
Crisscross. So we know that Kyle Burrows and Stephen Lind reconnected at their fraternity reunion. They agree to swap murders. Their lives aren't connected to the victims, so they'll never get caught. It's a long shot, Michelle. The reunion could have been sheer coincidence. And what's Stephen Lind's motive? I mean, is there any evidence that he also wanted his wife dead?
Bridget Lind told her book club that he hit her and repeatedly threatened her life.
So he's suspect number 1.
Airtight alibi, exact same elements as Kyle's. Both were traveling, both have witnesses for every waking hour.
So maybe a little more than just coincidence.
All of this came from Toby.
You're saying we need him? I'll work the back channels, get him reinstated. You get him back on the case as soon as possible.
He's supposed to be resting. I don't want to bother him.
Don't be nervous. He wants to meet you. He asked me twice. Just go.
Okay. Come in. Hey, Glenn. It's Oz. Brought you in. How you doing? You feeling good? You comfortable?
I am now, thanks to you. I want to thank you for saving my life.
It's a good handshake you got there.
Hey, I've got something for you.
Oh, we're not allowed to accept gifts. I was just doing my job. That would be unethical, so I can't really.
Oz, these are VIP 50-yard line seats to the 100th Grey Cup Championship, and I want you to have them.
I'm actually applying for management right now, so I got to set a good example for the guys.
I hear you. Leadership's important. It is in football too, but the guys think you're nuts. You don't take these.
Yeah, I got a friend who's probably never gonna want to talk to me again. But maybe I could just see them. Can you just crack that? No, you know what? It's fine. Thank you, but I will pass.
Hang on a second.
maybe there's a way we can still work this out.
Oh, look who's back officially.
Ooh, got a key card.
All right, very cute, very cute. So what do we got?
Well, Stephen Lind is supposed to be in Mont Tremblant, a literary retreat all week long.
But he isn't.
No, according to his rental car's anti-theft system, he's been in Toronto for the past 2 days.
Killing Franca Burrows.
And there's no record the car was stolen?
No. So I have an OPP unit tailing him as we speak.
Where?
Looks like he's headed eastbound on Highway 401 towards the Don Valley Parkway Junction.
Yeah, he's heading back to his alibi in Mont Tremblant.
Well, let's keep eyes on him. Dev, can you hack into Kyle's phone?
Yeah, piece of cake.
How could you be this stupid? What the hell are you doing here? What the hell are you doing texting me? I was on my way out of here. I was free and clear. We said no contact. What are you thinking?
I didn't send you this.
So this is what? Set up?
Dude, do not flake out on me now.
Well, something's going on. Somebody put us together. Somebody knows.
Calm down. Let me think about this.
You caved, didn't you? I knew that I couldn't trust you. Would you sell me up for a deal?
Nobody has anything on me, you idiot. You must have done something.
We need more.
Are you wearing a wire? Why would I be wearing a wire? I have more to lose than you do. You are pulling something, but I am not going down for a double murder alone. This was your idea. I didn't even think you were serious until you cut my wife's throat and left her lying in the garbage. Go, 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 go. Freeze, IB! Don't move! Give it to me. Let's go. Get down. Give me your hands. We're clear.
That's right. Crisscross, just like in the movie. Thank you. It was a team effort. I can't give away all our secrets, Jeremy. I just hope that your trust is restored and that my budget is fully approved. We'll talk. All right. Logan.
Yeah. Hey, so I guess you're to the doghouse with Price.
Well, he's just shocked and amazed that we once again solved the unsolvable crime.
Well, I gotta say, half of that was Kyle's arrogance.
It was more than that. I need to give credit where credit is due. After a shaky start, you really came through for us. I'm glad to have you back.
Well, thanks. Apology accepted.
Oh, no, don't mistake that for an apology. I was well within my rights to remove you from the investigation, and I will not hesitate to do it again if you ever break protocol like you did today.
I will keep that in mind.
Please do. And in turn, I will try to better understand how your process works. Maybe I can give you a little more leeway in that department in the future.
You know what? I would appreciate that.
I'll see you tomorrow. Bright and early.
Sounds good.
The very first Grey Cup game was played at Rosedale Field in Toronto in 1909, and since then, this legendary symbol of Canadian unity through sport.
What are you doing here?
This, my friend, is your lucky day.
It's not my birthday.
You know, lucky's not even the right word. Blessed.
Cool. What do I do?
Would you just open it, please, before I explode?
Whoa! No! You kidding me?
Huh?
Are these real?
Yup.
How'd you get them?
And on a personal note, I want to say thank you to Oz Bay for coming to my rescue.
No!
Oz, I owe
Are you kidding me?
Glenn Suter's life,
Just
my
said your
friend.
name.
And he gave you those tickets
man,
to
you're
take
famous.
me to Grey Cup 100.
Nice. Good work.
Yep.
Well, hey, I'm going to probably not take you, actually.
It's okay, right? This is
This is you.
okay. Yeah, it's fine.
Are you kidding me? It's Grey Cup 100, man. Me and you, all the way. It's nice, right? Tia, this is Oz. Oz, this is Tia.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
She's a reporter.
Nice.
Yeah.
This just in. I gotta go. Right?
Glad you could come.
Well, thanks for the exclusive.
Well, it was authorized and everything. Thank you for your help. You want to sit down?
Well, I didn't come to stand.
Good. That's great. So, is this off the record?
Celebrations are strictly me time.
Okay. I gotta take your word for that. You want a drink?
Sure.
Good. I am gonna have to ask you what you want. What would you like to drink?
Something fruity.
Okay. Fair enough. All right, we're British and we're on vacation. Give me your best Mick Jagger. Best Mick Jagger. Yeah, give it to me. Give it to, come on, just give it to the camera.
That's good.
You look great.
Good.
You look good.
This is really nice. Pineapple, seafood salad.
Great company.
Oh, why don't we do this more often?
IIB, EMS, ER, probably a few other acronyms I can't remember right now.
When did we get so busy?
I don't know. I don't know. One minute I'm riding down the ambulance with Oz, listening to terrible jokes. Next thing you know, I'm chasing bad dudes all over town.
And my life as a carefree intern turned into 18-hour days in an overcrowded, underfunded ER.
These are the days of our lives. It's bad. But we have a 1st of July picnic.
Yeah, even if it gets bumped till December.
Mm-hmm. I gotta go back to work.
I know. Me too.
You know what? Life is too short-lived. We gotta keep stealing these moments.
I know.
You know that?
You're right. Tell you what.
What?
How about we make a date for Christmas dinner?
All right. You're on.
Good.
Mm-hmm.
Have a good one.
You too.
So, Toby.
Bon voyage.
See you later. Hey, Oz. What's up?
Hey, got a car accident. Guy nicked this femoral artery. I was able to suppress it and clean it up, but I couldn't shut down the bleeding.
Okay, Oz. We need to get him into surgery as soon as possible.
Yeah, okay. You gotta help my friend.
Excuse me? I was here first.
Okay, we'll get to everyone.
All right, he's real sick. You gotta do something.
Can you get a cart? All right, what is your friend's name? We'll get him checked in.
Carl Stiles.
Okay, sir, how long has he felt like this?
He was fine this afternoon.
Carl, did you eat anything different? Have you been anywhere where people are sick?
They're gonna kill people.
Okay, I need assistance!
Alex, go, go, go.
Sir? I need you to relax. Get him up on the gurney.
Okay, all right. Yeah. Okay, hold on.
He's going into shock. And I've got no pulse. We need a defib stat.
Help me. Check on the old guy. I got this.
Take over.
Okay.
Sandy?
Yeah.
Is he with them?
No.
How long has he been here?
5, 6 hours.
Okay, get him a bed, started on analgesics, and a ribavirin trip.
Okay, sir, you want to come with me? Your name's Graham, right?
Call it Code Orange.
Olivia, what's going on?
Some kind of hemorrhagic fever.
He's gone.
Whatever this is, it's viral, and it's been transmitted within a 6-hour window. Everyone in this ER could be infected. I alerted public health as soon as I realized what we might be facing.
Well, hopefully your quick response will have prevented a greater outbreak. Having said that, thank you. Already received 3 calls since you contacted us. Newly infected patients are going to be rerouted to a mobile triage center we've established. What's the status of your patients currently infected?
Well, one is dead, and 2 others are in very serious condition. The older patient must have contracted the virus within the last 6 hours of being here.
Yeah, I checked his records. Weakened immune system. Doesn't give us a clear timeline as to the speed of the infection. What about clues from your patients as to how the virus was transmitted?
None that we can find. I mean, the latest patient said he had no contact with them.
Could be anything, really. Could be as simple as drinking from a water fountain, touching a surface the original patients might have touched. Worst case scenario, it's an airborne infection.
Okay, what's next?
We turn triage into an isolation ward for further patients that might contract the virus.
And what about visitors? Other patients in emerge?
We keep them calm.
I'll inform the staff.
But we've pulled in $250,000 in bogus hundreds over the last few weeks. We know the areas they're working. We just have to get people in the stores and watching for them to be passed.
And we follow our way up the chain to figure out who's making these bad boys.
I know who's making them, Matt Morgenstern. We just need the proof.
Hold on a sec. Hey, what's going on? I leave some seafood salad on your files?
No, we've got trouble. We've put the hospital in lockdown.
What?
3 people have come down with this mysterious fever. One of them's died, and 2 others are failing.
You kidding me? Are you okay?
Yeah, we're fine for now. I just wanted you to know, in case you feel any symptoms, coughing, wheezing, anything, you have to call me.
Hey, are you in charge?
Ma'am, I'll just be a minute.
They won't let us leave. So what's going on?
We're having a problem. I'll explain everything in a minute.
It's been a really long night, so I really have to get my daughter.
Toby, I have to go.
Liv, I'm coming down. I'll be
No.
there in a few minutes.
No, coming here is a bad idea. Toby? Toby? Hey, what's going on?
St. Luke's is in lockdown. There's some kind of fever. 3 people are sick. 1 person's died already.
So what can you do?
I can be there. My friends are stuck in there. I'll call you.
Attention, we have initiated lockdown procedure. Please remain calm. This is a precautionary measure. Nurses will supply further instructions.
No ID, but he says his name is Tyler Ross.
Has he said anything else?
Nothing that makes any sense.
Mr. Ross, I'm Dr. Fawcett. I have to ask you some questions.
I'm sick. You gotta help me.
Were you and your friend anywhere where someone else was sick?
Where's Carl?
Tyler, Carl didn't make it, but if we're going to help you, we need to know what you were exposed to.
No, nothing. We just had some drinks.
Carl said something about someone wanted to kill people. What did he mean?
I don't know. He's cold.
Get him into a room. Ribavirin drip, analgesics.
All right, I've sent both men's blood off for microbial, serological, and molecular diagnostic tests, and we've begun the autopsy on Carl.
And?
And you were right. Hemorrhagic fever. His internal organs were severely compromised.
I've got him on ribavirin, and we have antivirals on order.
Meanwhile, keep them hydrated, try compresses, just do anything you can to keep him comfortable. There's not much else we can do, really. Not until my team tracks down patient 0.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. Hey, Oz, I'm up front of the hospital, man. Can you grab Liv and come out here? So you got stuck in there, huh?
Yeah, can you believe that? This guy who died, man, he's got a virus that's brutal. He bled everywhere. He coughed on Liv. It's not good, man. They're locking us down.
Hey, you okay?
I'm okay. I gotta go. Here.
Hey.
Liv, what's happening?
Public health is investigating everyone that's been infected. If we can figure out where the virus came from, we could save weeks of trying to isolate it.
What do we know about the victim?
The one who died was Carl Stiles. His friend Tyler Ross said they were having drinks. We couldn't get anything else out of him. But Carl did say before he died that somebody was trying to kill people.
What does that mean?
I don't know, he was feverish.
I should be in there with you.
I don't want you involved more than you need to be. Public health has it under control.
Come on, you know that I can get information that they can't. I should be in there with you right now, Liv.
I don't want you taking that chance. We don't know what this infection is or how it's transmitted.
Look, I'm gonna get IIB to run profiles on these guys, okay? See if we can piece together their last few hours. If anything changes, you let me know.
I promise.
Okay. Hey, Michelle, I need a favor.
Well, Dev's team checked out Tyler's place. The landlord says he hasn't been there all day.
Will they find anything?
Yeah, some day-old pizza, a bunch of video games. That's it so far.
Okay, but look, put this mask on. We can't take any chances. We don't know what this is yet.
Looks like Carl does pretty well for himself.
Yeah, no kidding.
No pictures, no personal possessions, no bills.
Looks like he's living under the radar. His computer just locked.
I'm sure Dev can work his magic on it.
Dr. Fawcett, this is Dr. Moret. She's with Forster Biomed. Public Health has reached out to biotech companies specializing in virus research, and Dr. Moretz is one of the firms who have stepped up to help. She's going to coordinate the other companies' involvement.
I understand there's been other victims?
Yeah, 4 more across the downtown area. 2 more hospitals have gone into lockdown.
Have you been provided with blood samples from the infected patients? Absolutely. Our lab is isolating the virus as we speak.
Okay, I need a time frame.
Well, we're trying to condense a month's work into a few short hours. If we had a pure sample of the live virus, we could isolate it immediately, but we may need a day or 2 for the antivirus. Some of these people don't have a day or 2. We're doing everything we can. I promise.
Code blue, ISO 1. Code blue, ISO 1.
We don't have a pulse. 1 milligram epinephrine stat. Come on, Graham. Still no pulse. 1 more milligram. Come on, Graham. Stay with me. Stop. We lost him. He had no prior history with the victims outside the hospital. And we still don't know whether or not this is airborne.
I'm afraid we do.
Excuse me. Hey.
What gives? Labor's supposed to be resting.
I started early on the antivirals. We'll nip it in the bud. Graham's situation went from infection to death within 12 hours. If we're going to give these people any more time, I need to keep working. Listen, can you do me a favor and help Sandy keep people calm out there? I can't do anything from in here.
Okay, but can you please just take care of yourself? You're currently the only doctor that doesn't run the other way when they see me coming.
I didn't know that was an option. I'll be fine. Really. We need to make sure patients are hydrated. If anything abnormal happens, please let me know.
So I've been looking into the first 2 guys that showed up at the hospital, starting with Tyler Ross. No criminal record. He's worked at the same shipping firm for the last 3 years. His boss says that he's employee of the month material.
So was he at work?
No, it was his day off. And we have to assume that he spent a good chunk of it with his friend, Carl Stiles. Now, Carl's a whole different story. He did a little time for a series of burglaries in Swank homes in Rosedale a few years back.
So what are you thinking, Carl? He's still robbing houses, goes into one, contracts a virus, maybe gives it to Tyler?
Patient 0 could still be there. Whatever's on Carl's hard drive might give us the answers as to what he was doing.
Well, he really, really didn't want anyone seeing what's on this thing. I mean, it is iced up with full-on military-grade encryption.
You have a whole hour to crack it, Dev. I have faith in you.
No pressure.
Listen, I can't be sick. I didn't touch anything. I didn't even talk to them. Hi, back. Whatever this is travels through the air, and I'm sorry you are displaying signs of infection. Well, what does that mean? When I'm gonna die? We don't know what this is, but we are going to take very good care of you. You gotta get my daughter out of here. She might be infected too. The next few hours will tell. She broke her arm, okay? She shouldn't have to die from that. Listen, we're looking for an antiviral and we're hoping to get it by the morning. What if you don't? I mean, what if my daughter were to get sick? You need to take good care of yourself right now and rest. We're doing everything that we can. Doctor, how are you holding up? I'm fine. Good.
Can I interest you in a snack, my lady?
How's my mom doing?
Oh, she's good. She's good. She's fine. They're just making sure she stays comfortable in there.
Is she gonna die like the other people?
Whoa, hey, listen. Don't even think about that, okay? The doctors and the nurses here are the best in the business. She's gonna be just fine.
You're just saying that. You don't believe it.
You see my face right now? You see my believing face? This is my believing face. You ready? See the belief? You see all the belief there? All right, here, come on. Almonds, crackers with some sort of cheese in them. What do you like?
Yeah, right to the cookie? I should have known. All right, can you keep an eye on these, but make sure that there's no cookie monsters running around, okay? All right. Hey, how you holding up?
Still on the right side of the barrier, you?
Well, it's not exactly how I thought I'd be spending my evening, but...
Yeah, looking forward to catching up with that.
I bet you wish you'd stayed in Africa.
Ah, there's diseases everywhere. If I'm gonna get sick, I'm glad I'm with you.
Thanks. I think.
I've got an open communication with public health and the CDC in Atlanta. They're writing bulletins from all over the world. There are no other reports of this infection outside of the city.
Okay, so Carl and Tyler and the others either contracted this from patient 0.
Or maybe one of them is patient 0.
Yeah. We need another way into these guys.
What do you think of what I'm thinking?
You need to read Tyler.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully his mind is still sharp enough to remember where he's been. Sorry, I've got to take this.
Okay.
Hey.
You're going in there?
Yeah.
You've got to find out about my husband. He's inside. He called and said he came down here for stitches, then he never came home. They said people are sick in there, that they can't leave.
If your husband's in there, he's gonna be okay. They're taking care of it.
Yeah, that's why you're dressed like that.
My friends are in there. They're doing what they can. It's gonna be okay.
And I almost wore the exact same thing to work today. That would have been awkward.
How's it going?
Not great, actually. Liv, I've been telling her to take it easy, but she's not really listening to me, so...
All right, I need to see Tyler. Where is he?
ISO.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Liv? You were supposed to call me if anything changed.
I'm fine. Any luck finding out where they caught it?
We think Carl was hiding something. I don't know if Tyler was involved, but he might know something.
Go easy on him.
Tyler? Tyler, can you hear me?
Help me.
I'm gonna help you. I just need to know what you did this afternoon. Where were you?
Carl, he's celebrating.
What were you celebrating?
You gotta get out of here.
Him and Carl were drinking champagne at a bar with a girl.
Toby, who knows how many people are infected by now? At the speed this thing is going, we could go from an outbreak to a full-blown epidemic.
There you go. All right, good choice. Gentlemen, something from the bar? No? Okay.
Good news. Researchers at Dr. Moret's company have isolated the virus.
It's related to the Marburg virus. Now, I've had patients show symptoms within the first 6 hours. The Marburg virus does not infect that quickly, and it isn't an aerosol transmission virus.
I said it was related to the Marburg virus. There are elements of pig DNA that it's mutated with.
Yes, but this still doesn't explain this virus. The speed and means of infection would imply huge mutations. It would have shown up by now. Is there any chance this could be human engineered?
Not likely.
This is Dr. Moret's area of expertise, her specialty. I think it's probably best if we just let her do her job.
We're currently working on an antiviral. It could take a day or two, but we hope to have something for you soon.
That's not quick enough. I have people failing by the minute.
We'll get back to you as soon as we can.
Thank you. Thanks very much. Olivia, I understand the stress you're under. I really do. Dr. Moret's the expert. We do what we do. Let her do what she does. All right?
Okay.
Hey, Dev, I need you to find a bar for me. I got to read off Tyler Ross. I saw him and Carl drinking there. There was a poster for a band called Dopes.
Okay, I'll look them up. I'll try to find out their schedule.
Also, I saw Carl kissing a girl. Are there any records indicating he has a girlfriend?
No family, no girlfriend. But if she's out there, chances are she's probably sick. Give me a few minutes, I'll get back to you.
All right, thanks, man.
He's
leaving? Why can't he leave? What about my daughter? What about she? Take my daughter with you! Calm down. Oh, try to calm down. Please. You're all gonna die. You're trying to kill my daughter.
Callie, your name is Callie, right? You don't want your daughter leaving here. She's not sick now, but she might be. And if she goes out there, she could make your whole family sick. She could infect her friends, her own family, everyone she loves. And the worst part about it is if she's out there on her own sick, there'll be no one to take care of her. Her only shot is here. Okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Hey, Toby, it's me.
Hey, what's up?
Dope's had one gig this week at the Silver Dollar on Spadina.
All right, Michelle and I will go check that out.
Hey.
Hey.
So I just got off the phone with Dev.
Oh, good. So you're up to speed?
Yeah.
All right.
Door's unlocked and nobody's here. Doesn't look good.
Hello?
I'll call it in.
Sir? Help me. All right, help was on its way. This is very important. Earlier today, there was 2 men and 1 woman drinking champagne here. Do you remember them?
I don't remember.
Think about it. Who was the woman? We didn't take care of you. You're gonna be all right, huh? Just breathe.
Dev, Toby saw Carl's girlfriend buying champagne at the Silver Dollar earlier today. I need you to track it for us.
Give me a second to get into the credit card system. Okay, Silver Dollar, 1 o'clock. Only one purchase made by a woman at that time. $263 by one Joanne Frazee. 661 Howland Avenue.
Okay, call public health, tell them we're on our way.
Will do. Oh, by the way, I've traced all the reports of other infections in the city, and I found that all of them seem to have either a first or second connection to that bar.
Meaning Carl or Tyler are probably the source of the infection.
Exactly. If Carl was at the first tier of the infection and Tyler was infected hours after that, we can start to build a timeline. The bartender was infected 9 hours ago.
Right, so Carl must have been infected no more than 10 hours ago. Whatever he was doing at the time will be the key to tracking the source.
Let's hope his girlfriend's the end of that trail.
When is it ever that easy?
It's not Halloween, you know.
You can never be too early. You should get back in your apartment there. It's way scarier than Halloween.
Joanne! Joanne?
Joe?
I'll call it in.
Joe? Joe?
Joe, look at me. How did you get sick?
Joe! Joe!
Check the kitchen swab down, all right?
Did he get anything?
They were here. There was a stuffed toy. It's in here. Wait a minute. Hey, over here!
Kelly, I had them check on your daughter, and she is doing fine. Her BP is through the roof. She's showing signs of jaundice. Her liver's failing. Give me 50 milligrams of mannitol. Should we wait for the blood work? No, there's no time. That's Tyler Ross. Go ahead. I'm fine here. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Good, Kelly. That should stabilize her liver, monitor her BP, and measure accurate urine output. It's gonna be okay. I'll be right back. Okay.
We did everything we could.
Secure the body.
All right, Dev, what do you got for us?
I got some background on Joanne Frazee. No record. She's been with Carl Stiles for the past 6 months. I'm gonna dig a little deeper and see what else I can find out.
Is there anything on the vial?
Public health investigators checked it out. It was the virus. It seems a small amount leaked around the seal. However they got it, it wasn't properly packed for transport.
Okay, what about the vial itself?
It's a standard laboratory container. No markings on the vial or the seal.
Who actually tries to make something like this?
That's where the information from his hard drive might come in handy.
You cracked the hard drive?
I'm still breaking it down.
But there are a few things in here that could give us clues as to what they're up to. Here's a numbered account. 10 deposits made over the last 6 months, all by large corporations and totaling over
300,000.
Oh, there's no way he earned that kind of money.
All the companies who made deposits are high-tech companies. I've got inquiries into the ones I could identify, but none of them are in biotech.
Right, so we're back at square one.
Not quite. They didn't clear the history on their messaging cache. I was able to retrieve a message that was sent a day before those two boys showed up at the hospital. The message itself was pretty vanilla. Something about buying books on carp fishing. Yeah, I figured it was code, so I traced back the owner of the account he emailed, and it turned out to be Hiram Wright. He's done time for both forgery and fraud.
Okay, so if they only communicate by email, chances are he doesn't know what happened to Carl.
Yeah, I already sent him an email using Carl's account.
And I set up a meet.
There he is. Mr. Wright, I need to ask you a few questions about Carl Stiles.
Yeah.
You okay?
Yeah. Why do they always run? Let's bring him in.
So what's your connection to Carl Stiles?
I don't know any Stiles.
Don't lie to us. You saw him yesterday.
Like hell I did.
You met him in a park. You gave him something. What was it?
I didn't give him anything. I told you, I don't know him.
There is a way that you can walk away from this.
Lady, I'm walking anyway.
No, we're doing this wrong. So you screwed with some dangerous people. We have no problem telling them what you did. Think about that.
Ripped off the Russians. They couldn't know. They believe me.
See, if you don't tell us what we want to know, we're happy to tell the Russians who ripped them off.
You don't know anything.
Oh, yeah, they suspected you. They've just been waiting for confirmation.
Tell us what you know.
I made some ID for Carl. They were security cards used by Templar security. Had mag strips and company access codes built in.
Where was he going to use them to break into?
I don't know.
Don't lie to us. Come on.
I'm telling you the truth.
Where were they going?
I don't know.
Toby, can I talk to you for a minute?
You better not be lying, man. All right, I'm sorry.
Look, we got what we needed. I know Olivia is sick, but we have to keep it together.
I know.
Let's go see what Dev has.
You shouldn't be in here.
Hey,
Look, don't worry about us. Hennessy said that if we're not sick already, we probably have a natural immunity. How are you feeling?
Like I got hit by a bus.
Well, at least you didn't get hit by one of those trucks that carry cars around, right? That'd be much worse. You know, because they're bigger, probably hurt more.
I screwed it up. I should have been able to do more.
You put the hospital in lockdown. Your fast action saved so many people from being infected. Just get some rest, okay? They're working on a cure.
And Toby's gonna get it here in time, okay? He always comes through.
500 milligrams phenobarbital. Okay. Go get her some cold compresses. Go, quick. Hey, Liv, come on. You're not going anywhere, okay? We need you.
Any luck checking out the clients of Templar Security?
I'm working my way through the list. It's a big company. A couple hundred clients, and a lot of them are high-tech and biomed companies.
Any of them report a break-in?
No. But if your friend is right, and this is human-engineered, I can't see anyone rushing to admit that they let a killer virus they created get out in the wild.
Okay, so we check them out one by one.
Hey, it's me. I'm really gonna need some good news here, Toby.
Yeah, what's going on?
It's bad, man. 2 more people have died. Olivia's, it's not good.
All right, I'm coming in. Look, anything comes up, call me, okay?
Let's start making a list.
Give me 400 milligrams phenobarbital.
We've already given her 300.
Then give me 200 more.
Liv. I'm here. I'm here.
It's okay.
I'm here.
It's okay. Just keep looking. Keep.
She's going into VFib.
Okay, we're losing it. Listen, you gotta step back, all right?
Move back, please.
Paddles, come on. All right, clear. Again, clear. Turn it up to 200. All clear. Again, clear.
Hey.
Hey, Toby, it's us.
Really isn't a good time, guys.
We think we know where the infection came from.
Yeah, I did a little more digging into Carl's girlfriend, Jo. It turns out she did temp work. Her last few assignments were high-tech companies, and they were all companies that paid out Carl.
She was the inside man. She would get the information, then Carl would do the break-in after she'd moved on.
Which one of these were biotech?
There was only 2, Interplus Pharmaceuticals and Forster Biomed.
Well, Forster's the one who stepped up to create the antivirus.
When Carl and Joe moved their operation into the biotech world, they hit the big league. A company like Forster would happily pay out a couple $100,000 to save millions in research.
Or maybe to keep what they were doing a secret. Well, why wouldn't they say anything when it went missing?
Well, it's illegal. I'm guessing no one knows they were even developing it. And if it was Forster, it makes sense for them to come forward with the antiviral and come off as the heroes.
Right, but don't do it so fast that it looks like you created the virus in the first place. Let a few people die first.
Dev's putting together the warrant. I'm heading there now.
Yeah, pick me up. I'm gonna meet you outside.
I'm so sorry. I know how close you and Olivia were.
She was just helping people.
Like, I promise you, whoever is responsible is gonna pay.
Dr. Moret?
Yes.
Sergeant McCluskey, IIB.
Ah, I heard you were charged with finding the source of the infection. I'm afraid I'm too busy right now looking for the cure to help you.
We know that you've been manufacturing the virus.
That's not true.
Carl and his girlfriend were thieves. Forrester Biomed was their last target.
Our company hasn't been compromised in any way, and any suggestion to that effect will be met with legal action.
People died to cover your tracks. There's proof of what you did, isn't there?
I don't know what you're talking about. No way. Project Quietude. Destroy files.
We know about Project Quietude.
I'm gonna have to ask you to leave.
Where are the files that you want to destroy? They're in a safe. Probably in her office.
Go check out her office.
No, excuse me. You have no right.
We have a warrant. Bio team is on their way in. It would be best if you cooperated.
You had the antivirus the whole time, but you hid it. A lot of innocent people died because of that, and I hope they haunt you at night. Because you murdered them.
We didn't have it ready. We stepped up development after the theft. We were going to take it to the hospital as soon as it was ready to go. I'm going to hand it to the authorities when they are...
Our people are on it. Why'd you do it? Tell me.
It was research.
Wow, I have not seen so much vomit since Frosh Week.
Oh, stick with this job. You'll see plenty more where that came from.
So, I think that maybe you and I need a drink.
Yeah, okay. Are you buying? Is that what you
I'm
just-
buying,
you did say
yeah.
you were buying? Okay.
Careful, Elise. Slippery slope with this guy.
She offered. That was an offer,
tricky.
right?
I'm gonna get changed. I'll let you know where we're gonna go.
Yeah, okay.
What's that?
What?
Just look.
I was just looking
Right.
at her. Maybe my love life has been stagnating a little lately, and it's just time I bought a clue.
So what does that mean?
It means that your man Oz here might just be putting himself back on the market. Yeah.
Okay. Leaf game tonight at Freddy's?
Yeah, they playing the Penguins?
A few days.
Okay.
Bruins tonight.
Ugh, Bruins.
What?
I'd be crying into my beer by the second period.
No crying. We own them tonight.
Yeah, all right.
Oz! Hey! Oh, I just got back, but I wanted to surprise you before I started my shift. I have so much to tell you. I'll call you later? Yeah? Okay. Hey, Toby.
Hey, Sandy. Timing is everything, right?
Not a word.
Ladies and gentlemen, directors and management team and guests, I'd like to take this moment to announce that this has been Cooper Weiss Pharmaceuticals' most profitable year ever. So let's all raise a slender glass of bubbly, and I'd like to make this toast to you, to the people without whom none of this would have been possible.
And while we're at it, let's toast to 7-year-old Amy Kalb, who liked running and playing softball and drawing pictures of
Sir,
horses.
this is a
and
private
who now
event.
lies in Mount Pleasant Cemetery after being prescribed Cooper Weiss's Xanax.
You are out of line, sir. All right, can somebody please call secure...
Jeffrey? Call 911!
We need an ambulance.
He can't be dead. Please tell me he's not dead.
I know how you must feel, Ms.
Krista Merker, MVP of production at Cooper Weiss.
We'll do everything we can to catch who did this.
I have to go check out this other victim.
So what's the story?
poisoning. As far as we can tell, it's a prank gone wrong. There have been 6 victims, but so far only 1 fatality. A big one. Jeffrey Brandt, CEO of Cooper Weiss Pharmaceuticals.
Could it be accidental?
I've ordered a tox screening on the whole buffet. It's a shame, too, because the shrimp cocktail looks delicious. But as far as we can tell, it's a focused attack on members of the head table.
Suspects?
Yeah, there's suspect number 1 right there. His name is Harold Kalb. He's one of the organizers of this protest group that was picketing the dinner. He made a scene during Brandt's speech. 10 seconds later, the head table were dropping like flies and Brandt was dead.
Okay, well, I'll start talking to anyone who had access to the food.
All right.
Hey.
Is Brandt's wife gonna make it?
Well, her heart rate's erratic, but she'll be stabilized. It's a funny thing. It looks a lot like salmonella, but food poison usually takes a little longer. So what's with the protesters?
2 years ago, Cooper Weiss released an anti-rejection drug called Xanax. It shot Cooper Weiss to the big leagues, but it's been linked to 4 deaths.
Right, so do we believe these claims?
Not our focus. Right now, we sweat this waiter and find out what the hell happened here.
I've been telling you all night. I never even touched the food.
What about the champagne?
It was already on the table. All I did was open the bottle and fill the glasses.
So you poured 6 glasses at the head table, proposed a toast, but you didn't take a sip.
This is personal for you, isn't it?
We know you lost your daughter. That's why you and your wife started the class action suit.
We waited 2 years for a new kidney. Amy was 7 years old, spending 20 hours a week in dialysis. The doctor said everything was supposed to be okay. To make sure that there was no rejection, the doctor prescribed a new wonder drug.
Xanax.
A week later, her immune system shut down. And then the pneumonia hit her. Another day, and she...
I can understand why you would want to hurt the people that did this to her.
No, I didn't put anything in that champagne. I didn't want to hurt anyone, just to shame them.
Well, between us, a few suits spewing their foie gras does have a certain entertainment value.
I wanted them to confront what they did, so that what happened to my Amy never has to happen again.
Then someone else from your group did this.
No, the people in my group are the victims. I didn't poison anyone.
I ran the catering staff. They're all long-term employees. There's no connection to Cooper Weiss, no criminal records, and they all travel and work in groups, so they all have alibis for at least 2 hours before the event.
So how about Kalb?
Well, I think he snuck in when the catering staff was distracted.
So he had access to the room and the champagne. What about the other guests?
From the reports I've received, there's a bunch of people milling about the head table, but none of them had a problem with the company.
Did we get anything from the coroner's office?
The lab did Brandt's blood work. They found this in the bottle of champagne.
Digitoxin.
It's poison derived from foxglove. It mimics salmonella, but acts a whole lot quicker.
So someone was trying to make it look like food poisoning, but witnesses said they saw Kalb uncork the bottle at the table.
I got them to check the cork. They said they found a small puncture in the cork, like someone maybe injected the bottle with poison.
Why did Brandt die and the others just get sick?
Maybe he ingested more?
Could he have had a pre-existing condition that made him more vulnerable to the digitoxin?
The coroner's still working on his medical records, but otherwise the digitoxin should have landed him in the hospital bed, not the grave.
All right, keep looking.
Klein still thinks Kalb's our best bet.
Yeah, well, I can't confirm that he knew the poison was in the bottle. And I get the feeling he was just as surprised as everyone else when people started getting sick.
Well, we don't have anyone else with better motive.
If he wanted to poison the head table, why isn't he taking credit for it? I get the feeling he just wanted to be heard.
Don't let your sympathy cloud your judgment.
These people have every reason to be upset. They're just regular folks who became victims.
Okay, so let's throw the net wider. I'll get Dev to look at the other protesters, see if any of them have a history of violence.
I'm glad to be back, but battling heat, exhaustion, viruses, and snakes is not as bad as fixing Dr. Sloppy patient reports. Can you just give me a second? Hey, Oz, you want to go grab a coffee?
Hey, I can't. I'm so busy right now. I'm behind on paperwork. Writers been all over my ass.
Oh, I just thought, since I've been away for a while, I want to spend some time.
Yeah.
So, maybe after work.
Yeah, I don't know how much it doesn't work. So, but this is Ryder. Okay, I gotta go. I'll call you.
You sure? All right, send me the results right away. That's why you're my favorite. She's not my favorite.
So I dug up Brandt's medical records. There was nothing that could combine with digitoxin to kill him.
And we already know the cardiac arrhythmia wasn't triggered by the digitoxin.
Anyone else would have stopped there, but I always go that extra mile.
Yeah, especially with self-congratulation.
So I did another tox screening on Brandt's glass, and guess what they found? Amygdalin.
That's a marker for cyanide.
Yeah, it was a trace so small that no one would have ever really noticed it, but combined with the digitoxin, it was enough to kill.
What about the other glasses?
Brandt's was the only one that came up positive for cyanide. So whoever put the digitoxin in the champagne also put the cyanide in Brandt's glass. They must have wanted it to look like food poisoning.
So we're not looking at a case of corporate mischief.
Jeffrey Brandt was targeted for murder.
This might change things. Maybe Harold didn't kill Brandt after all.
Well, what it means is we've been looking at the wrong crime. The old suspect might still apply.
So where do we go from here?
Well, knowing we have a specific victim means we start looking for specific motives.
Well, I don't know if I found a motive, but I did find someone who had a beef with Brandt. So I was checking the security tapes of a bank down the street to see when Harold entered the hall. I couldn't see Harold, but I did see this.
Jeffrey Brandt.
Who's he arguing with?
Her name's Krista Merker. I talked with her at the scene. She's VP of production.
Well, she looks like one very unhappy lady.
Jeffrey was the best boss that I ever had.
Is there anyone in the office who had a problem with the company?
Nobody. Everybody is here because they believe in Cooper Weiss. What we do for people.
Well, the protesters see it differently.
They don't understand Jeffrey's mission statement. Ethics before profit.
What were you two arguing about?
It was stupid. I found a small discrepancy in our numbers. If $250,000 can be considered small.
What was the discrepancy?
It was a bookkeeping error. I guess I shouldn't have asked him about it before the dinner. He got mad. He said he needed to focus.
Can you be more specific about this bookkeeping error?
I can't talk specifics about company business.
Even if it could help find your boss's killer?
Jeffrey, why you? Why did it have to be you? I'm sorry.
Okay, well, thank you for your time. Please call if you think of anything else. Well, did your superpowers get anything?
Yeah, I think she knows a lot more about the books than she's letting on. They were off by $250,000.
Did you see where it went?
No, but she was talking to Jeffrey Brandt about something to do with it.
So whoever took it might have killed Brandt to cover their tracks.
There's our motive. Hold on. Hey. Okay, good. Thanks for getting back to me. Brent's wife is able to talk now.
Mrs. Brandt is stable but heavily sedated, so go easy.
Okay.
Cool.
Mrs. Brandt? I'm Sergeant McCluskey. This is Special Agent Logan. We'd like to ask you a few questions, if that's okay.
Why did they do it? Why did they kill my husband?
Well, that's what we'd like to talk to you about. We found cyanide in his system. We believe your husband was murdered.
Do you know anyone who would want to harm your husband?
You know who did it? The protesters. My husband was a good man.
I know this is difficult. Did your husband have any specific enemies?
Valance is in charge of the money. This is on his head.
Did he ever talk about missing money from the company?
I don't know anything about money. I can't help you. Please leave.
Okay. Yeah.
Michelle, it's me.
One of the guests at the Cooper Weiss party came forward with some camera phone footage of what happened at the head table.
Anything interesting?
The CFO, Thomas Valance, he didn't get sick.
In fact, it turns out he didn't drink the champagne at all.
Okay, we'll check him out. Thanks.
Claire thought about Brandt talking to someone on the phone. He blamed Valance for something to do with the money.
Well, let's see if he's to blame for anything else.
Surprised the IAB's got involved in this.
Well, Jeffrey Brandt was an important man. That makes his homicide something we're interested in.
Homicide? You're saying he was murdered? Why? By who?
Well, we were hoping you could tell us.
Well, I don't know. Someone was trying to kill everybody at that table.
Not quite. His glass was laced with cyanide. He was specifically targeted.
You had a lot to gain from his death.
Oh, you're accusing me.
We understand you're going to be the new CEO of Cooper Wise.
Pending board approval.
You two also had an argument about a missing sum of money.
That was a discrepancy in the books. It has been made right. A simple accounting error.
There were other differences as well.
Look, he was an idealist. I'm a bottom line guy. But the fact is, we needed each other.
And you guys had no problems.
Look, you can't go on like this. No, listen to me. No, you listen to me. We're done. All right, fine. I'll meet you at the Magnolia. Nothing that couldn't be sorted out peacefully.
So you were at the head table, yet you didn't drink the champagne.
I'm on antibiotics. You can check with Dr. Lang, my assistant. I'd be happy to give you his number.
We'll do that.
Look, if you really want to know who killed Jeffrey, why aren't you talking to the people who were howling outside our dinner?
The protesters.
The protesters. Do you know, last week, one of them dumped a bucket of blood on Jeffrey's car as he was leaving the lot? Kalb.
The waiter, yeah, Harold Kalb, we know.
No, I'm not talking about Harold. I'm talking about his wife, Rebecca.
Bounce was lying to us about something. I got him on his phone arguing with someone. I think it might have been Brand. He said that we're done. You know, I've kind of felt like they're on the point of some kind of break. You know, maybe Brand's murder was the next step.
I'll have Dev check the phone records.
I did throw the blood on his car. Someone had to get through to him.
We have a witness who believes you are capable of a lot more.
That wouldn't happen to be Thomas Valance. He's been trying to discredit us for months. He knows our daughter was the victim, that her story will sell newspapers,
What story is that?
that Xanax has fatal side effects. They knew and they covered it up.
So you must really hate Jeffrey Brand.
His product killed my daughter. That doesn't mean that I wanted to kill him.
Was there anyone else from your group who was out for revenge?
Why are you picking on the victims? My husband was in the wrong place at the wrong time. Leave us alone.
So I searched for members of Kalb's organization and cross-referenced with a list of threatening letters to the company. One of them stood out among the rest. It was sent by this guy. Charlie Enzo, 36 years old. He was an early test case for Xanax. This guy sent a series of letters that can be described as death threats to the company. He was a member of the Xanax class action suit, but dropped out 3 weeks ago. This was his last known photo.
So what, he's dead?
Well, there's no obituary, but here's where it gets weird. Apparently, he left his apartment and just disappeared. He was last seen at the hospital for his dialysis treatment.
Charlie Enzo, he was in about 3 weeks ago on the 4th.
This is gonna take a while. You wanna grab a coffee?
Yeah, I'll walk with you.
Yeah.
Cool.
Can I ask you a question?
Sure.
And you have to answer me honestly.
Depends on the question.
You think Oz and I are good for each other, right? Wow, I should have told you to lie.
What do you want?
Decaf.
You want decaf?
It kind of feels like he's been avoiding me lately.
Okay, look, Oz is, he's a sensitive guy. You know, when you suddenly left to follow your dreams, it kind of took the wind out of his sails. I just think he doesn't want to get hurt again.
I didn't mean to hurt him.
I know. Just when your dream goes sideways doesn't mean you can come back and expect everything to be like what it was before.
What if I told you my dream didn't go sideways? 6 weeks away can focus a girl. I just kept reading all of his emails and I knew I had to come back.
You quit.
I missed him. Stupid, huh? So what do I do?
Well, I don't know. I mean, this is gonna take a little time. You gotta finesse this, a little TLC.
I could get him something.
Right.
Something special.
It's gotta be good. This is the guy who got you a mailbox full of roses, who put you in a hot air balloon, tried to take you away to the Caribbean on a whim.
The Leafs. They play the Pens tomorrow night. I could, he'd kill for tickets.
Kill for those tickets.
Oh, thank you, Tobe.
My pleasure.
Oh, here we go. Enzo, Charles. Yeah, we do have a pickup address listed.
Yeah. Nice.
You're never gonna guess where.
Cool. Thank you.
This is where a terminal patient lives?
Yeah, I'd like his healthcare plan.
Well, if you get anything, go easy on him, okay? He might be extremely vulnerable.
Charlie Enzo. Party's over, ladies.
We need to talk to you about Jeffrey Brandt's murder.
Oh, he's dead? Imagine that. He beat me. You're barking up the wrong tree. I had nothing to do with it.
Then allow me to read from a letter that you wrote to the company. Before I die, I'm gonna see Jeffrey Brandt skinned and fed to rabid wolverines.
Okay. Maybe I went a bit far with the Wolverine thing. But I'm in a different place now. I've grown to accept my fate. Well, they paid you off. Cooper Wise gave you $250,000. We checked your bank account.
You want to tell us otherwise?
What do you want me to say? I took money.
From Brandt?
From the company. I signed a letter saying I dropped out of the suit. I felt bad abandoning the others, but we weren't gonna win. What else could I do? Look at me now. I used to run marathons. Now I can't even run across the street.
I do understand your anger.
No, you don't. I sunk every penny I had into beating those bastards. For every lawyer I threw at them, they threw two back. But hey, at least I'm going out with a bang, huh?
By spending your money on booze and girls?
No, not all of it. If you must know, I made an anonymous donation to the Anti-Janix group. Helped them with the legal fees. I gave up. That doesn't mean they have to.
So, Enzo's donation checks out. The class action suit received an anonymous $100,000 donation 4 hours after he took out the money order. It left 4 days after that.
So where'd it go?
Nobody knows.
So maybe it was someone paying to take the fight to the next level.
But if the poisoning was a paid hit, then who's our mysterious outsider? Doesn't seem to be Harold Kalb.
Whoever it was, they would have had access to the champagne and the glasses before the meal. But with all the people milling about the lobby, anybody in the room could have had opportunity.
And they would have had to have the seating plan to know which glass was Brandt's.
What about Valance? He hated Brandt. He paid out the $250,000 and he didn't drink the bubbly.
He had a prescription to antibiotics. I double-checked with his dentist.
And you've never bent the rules when you're on antibiotics?
Point taken. But if he were the killer, then don't you think he would have drank the digitoxin to cover his tracks?
When in doubt, follow the money.
So, I just have a few new questions. We were actually able to meet up with Charlie Enzo. He's the guy who received the missing $250,000.
You guys are good. Even I couldn't figure out where it went.
Right. Well, I think you know who paid it to him.
Jeffrey, you know Valance took the money. We could tell them.
Thank you. So, Thomas Valance. You had a lot to gain from Jeffrey's death. I mean, what were they fighting about?
After Janix, Jeffrey wanted more transparency in his testing. He planned to introduce testing by an independent body.
I take it that's not how Janix was tested?
We pay the lab a lot of money. Sometimes they don't want to give us bad news.
Well, they don't want to, or they've been forced to stay quiet. Was Valance in charge of product testing? I know your boss preached ethics over profits. I know you believe that too. If Valance had anything to do with Brad's death, we need to know.
I decided to look into the Janix product testing after your first visit. Took me 4 hours to find it. Failed test results, along with a draft of a letter that Jeffrey was going to send to the board to make a case for Valance's dismissal.
Who's gonna fire him?
Jeffrey wanted a clean slate before his proposal for independent drug testing was announced. Also, you'll find a funding plan to pay back the victims for their losses.
Jeffrey, why did you do it? It shouldn't have happened to you.
I think your boss would have been proud.
Okay, you are officially my favorite paramedic of all time.
Favorite? Wow, what about Toby?
Toby. That name doesn't really ring a bell.
Hey, Oz.
Sandy, come meet
Hey.
the partner of the year.
Okay, it's not that big a deal. The tickets were free. What tickets?
Leafs, Penguins, tonight, front row, golds. Do you mind if I paint my face? Is that cool?
No, it's not. It was nice to see you, and I will see you later. That's, some partner.
I know, right? So how's it going?
I wanted to tell you that they are doing
construction outside the ambulance bay.
That's what you wanted to tell me?
Yeah, they made a hole, and it's deep.
They made a deep hole. Okay, I will watch out for it. Thank you.
That's it. I gotta go.
All right, okay.
Toby Logan.
Hey.
Just the guy I'm looking for.
Right on.
Michelle asked me to look into Valance and Brandt meeting at the Magnolia. It turns out it was the Magnolia Hotel on Frame Street.
When did they meet?
Well, that's where it gets messed up. Okay, sure, there was phone records to Brandt, but that's not who Valance met there. Security cameras in the lobby picked him up meeting Claire Brandt 3 times in the last month and heading up to her room.
Okay, what's he doing with Brandt's wife?
Well, exactly. I mean, maybe she's not the devoted wife she claimed to be.
Huh.
All I know is one poisoned glass and they have control over the whole company.
Right.
And Claire and Valance sat on either side of Brandt.
You think one of them could have killed him?
Maybe both. All I know is that's motive and opportunity.
All we need is evidence.
Exactly. You're getting good at this.
June 2nd, June 9th, and June 12th. What were you doing at the Hotel Magnolia with Thomas Valance?
My husband bought a number of shares of the company in my name, and Thomas asked to meet to discuss some tax ramifications.
We know you two are having an affair.
Were you working with him? Did you help him kill your husband? No. I didn't kill my husband.
So who did? Valance?
You know, I don't know. It was a confusing time. Okay, Cooper Weiss was doing well, but there were storm clouds on the horizon. My husband was planning something that it didn't make sound business sense.
The independent testing.
And Thomas was convinced it was too costly and that it would hurt the company, and he asked me to help convince my husband.
So then what happened?
So he asked to meet at a hotel. Strictly business. But he had charm, and he had swagger, and he had wine, and it was very good wine. I was so lonely. And I was so angry at Jeffrey for spending so much time at the office. But you know what the worst part of this is? Valance was just using me. It's like I was some piece being moved around in some game between him and my husband. And I thought he cared about me. How could I have been so blind, huh? Jeffrey never found out about it, but I promised myself that I'd make it up to him somehow. I never had the chance.
All the more reason to look at Valance for the murder.
Because he had an affair? Makes him guilty of bad judgment.
Well, he hid the results of the Janus trials. He was at war with Brent. He was sleeping with the guy's wife. How much more do we need? Proof. Brought him in here.
You did. Look, whoever did this has a sophisticated knowledge of poisons. Valance is a businessman, not a scientist.
Yeah, but he works at a company full of scientists. He has access, motive, and opportunity. Stay on him.
My relationship with Claire has no relevance here. Things like this happen.
You mean like payoffs to your victims?
I didn't have to pay anybody. The courts were on our side.
What about the money that you paid Charlie Enzo?
That came from a slush fund. Look, Enzo was hurting our credibility, and I did what any other person in my position would do. I paid him, and fairly.
Some people would call that misappropriation.
Did you know that Brandt planned on firing you?
Oh, now that's absurd. My position was completely safe. He wouldn't have fired me. He couldn't afford to. Look, you can't hang this on me. I did not kill Jeffrey Brandt. Someone is trying to take this company down, and Jeffrey's murder had to do with that.
So who is trying to take this company down then?
We found out last week that someone hacked into our system, was rooting through our files. Specifically, security and R&D. Why don't you ask them?
So I pulled some strings. I got IP routings to the intrusion into the Cooper Weiss system. Now, they all went through ghost servers in Europe. I'll give you 3 guesses as to whose IP address came up, okay?
How about you just tell us?
Rebecca Kalb. It turns out she has a background in IT security. Now, she made intrusions into all departments in the company, but she focused on research and development.
Okay, well, I mean, that doesn't necessarily connect her to the poisoning.
Well, that's the thing. One of the documents that she accessed actually had physical details of the venue, including the seating chart to the dinner.
She has some questions to answer.
You have one new message.
Card game's off, buddy. Guess who's seeing the Leafs tonight? Smack dab in the Golds.
Nice.
Yeah, that, Elise, is pretty much everything I could want in a partner. No offense, but Toby who? Okay, bye. I tell you right now, if you had let me paint my face, they totally would have won that game.
Oh, please. At least we got to see some nice goals. Too bad they were on the wrong net.
Yeah.
Are we not going to your place?
Well, my place is kind of undergoing a bit of a makeover right now, so...
And Toby's not gonna mind?
Toby? No, I don't think so.
I'm kind of thirsty.
There's drinks. Toby has drinks.
Just give me 1 minute.
Okay.
I'll be right back.
Yeah, 1 minute, sure. Hey, Toby, listen, don't get mad, but Elise and I are using your place for a couple hours tops, and maybe grabbing a couple beers and some snacks.
Oz, what the hell happened with Sandy? She bought you tickets to the game. What, you bail on her?
Wait, what?
She wanted to make it right with you, so she got you tickets to the game.
Okay, this is information that I could have really used yesterday.
Oz, you got my beer yet?
Okay, I gotta go.
What?
I gotta go. Bye.
You lied to us. Seems you've taken a very active role in the war against Cooper Wise.
You hacked your specs to the dinner and you all planned your husband's little stunt.
Yes, I orchestrated Harold's infiltration of the banquet, but poison was never part of the plan.
Maybe he did it without your knowledge. He was one of the only people who had access to the champagne and Brand's glass.
He'd never do that. Never.
You were there inside the restaurant.
No, I was outside in the crowd.
My wife didn't do anything, and neither did I.
We know she opened the door for you. We know she was in the restaurant.
What, you think Rebecca did it? No. She just got me in.
I got Harold in, but I never poisoned anyone. Neither did he.
It's getting very hard to distinguish the truth from the lies here. Look, I'm sure there was a time you were left alone with the champagne, and that's when you did it.
No, I never saw the champagne.
Well, she wasn't near the champagne. Just like I told you. I came in. I changed into the waiter's outfit. I just wanted to say my piece and get thrown out. Or get arrested. It would all be good press.
So you lost sight of your wife?
For a few seconds.
That's all it would take for her to inject the bottle with digitoxin into coat Brand's glass with cyanide.
No, she didn't poison them. You think my wife would do that knowing that I'd look guilty for it?
Well, that's a good question. Why would she want to frame you?
She wouldn't.
All right, if she wouldn't and you didn't, then who did?
I don't know. The bottle was on the table. All I did was open it and fill the glasses.
Can we talk for a second? We have to test the champagne glasses again.
What are we looking for?
We'll find Valence's prints on Brandt's glass. Valence pushed his glass away. Brandt picked it up. The poison was meant for Valence. The wrong man was murdered.
You were right. There was a partial print in the base of Brandt's glass that we thought belonged to the waitstaff, but it was matched to Thomas Valence.
Question now is who'd want to kill Valence?
Okay, so we're back at the beginning.
Maybe not. Dev, you have access to Brandt's email account?
Yeah, why?
Check for anything to do with Gen X testing. Whoever tried to kill Valence knew he was responsible for the deaths.
Right. Someone Jeffrey Brandt told, someone loyal to him.
Someone with a background in chemistry.
Yeah, good call. Brandt sent the information to Krista Merker 3 weeks ago.
She told us she didn't learn about it until yesterday.
Well, all the details of the Janix trial are there. Brandt and Krista knew that Janix was a killer.
And they both knew that Valance hid the results and paid off Enzo. I read Krista, and when she said, "Why'd you do it?" I thought she was innocent, but really she was just upset that the wrong person had been poisoned.
Well, didn't she say that Valance was going to be fired? Why didn't she just wait for Brandt to get rid of him?
Don't know, I just saw Valance threatening him.
Sounds like you've got your killer.
Let's go talk to Krista. You knew the truth about Janix for a long time, didn't you?
Krista, we know you didn't want this to happen. We know you didn't want to kill Jeffrey. So what happened?
When Jeffrey found out, he was horrified. He didn't tell anyone but me. Said we had to play it smart. Valance is a very powerful man. We needed a solution that his lawyers would never be able to sink.
The way he sunk the Janix trials.
Those people didn't deserve to die. We did this to them. Our product. All because Valance corrupted the test results.
So your argument with Jeffrey was about Valance.
When Valance found out that he was going to be fired, he threatened to blame the cover-up on Cooper Weiss instead of himself. It would have ruined the company.
So Brandt relented.
It was blackmail. He had to give in for the good of the company, which meant Valance would stay, and another Janix could happen in the future.
So you felt like you had no choice?
One life lost to spare many.
Well, the judge will take your story into consideration.
I killed my mentor. What's a judge gonna say about that?
You're gonna have to come with us, Krista.
I don't think so.
What'd you take? You take cyanide?
Hey, you okay?
Yeah.
Look, our job was to solve a crime, and we did. That's a win.
Look, Krista thought she was doing the right thing. For the victims, for her company, and for the people who'd be hurt in the future.
And she killed a man. The law still frowns on that. The world is a better place today than it was yesterday.
Is it? I mean, there's 2 people dead, a man responsible for killing 4 innocent people walks away. How do we know he's not gonna kill more people?
Well, if he does, we'll be there.
So that's what we do, we wait for the bodies to pile up.
I sent the information to the Department of Health and Welfare. It's in their court now.
What are they gonna do? They're just gonna sweep it under the carpet.
I don't like it either, but there are official channels. Thomas Valance and Cooper Weiss are no longer our job. Well, that said, maybe sometimes these things are better handled through unofficial channels.
Hey. Hey. You guys enjoy the game?
Not as much as the Pens fans.
Just treat him well, okay? You got yourself one hell of a guy.
That's the thing, I was actually gonna give you the same speech. I should get back to this.
Bye.
Bye.
Sandy.
Sorry for coming unannounced.
Oh, no, it's good. I wanted to talk to you, too.
It's about you and Elise?
You know? I mean, not that there's anything to know. Nothing happened. It almost did, but I couldn't go through with it.
Why not?
Because I would have rather been at the Leafs game with somebody else.
But I don't get it. I mean, she's beautiful. She's smart. She doesn't have to pretend to like hockey like I do. I mean, what could you possibly not like about